Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. It's another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're doing an account takeover today for Whisper82. He needs some help to get his clan boss team moved onto Ultra Nightmare clan boss. What we're doing so far, we've got a team that does a 2-key on Nightmare, so he's pretty far up there, but he's only doing around 12 to 15 million on Ultra Nightmare on a good day. He's got good champions here, so we're not worried about champions. It's about gear. How do we make sure these guys are geared in the right way? And then after that, we're going to go and have a bit of fun in the arena. Got some good arena champions here. So, what does he use? Let's just check it out now. I know he's just pulled a Valk in this new summoning session, so it's been pretty lucky. Much luckier than me. What's his team at the moment? We've got the best decreased attack champion in the game. We've got fantastic decreased defense and weakener. Couple of poisoners, counter attacker. Everything feels pretty solid with that, which is why he's able to 2-key Nightmare. So what we know is he's just pulled a Valk, and we've got too much poison here, but I guess this guy's in there for cleanse. We do have a Dutchess in here as well. It's a pretty loaded account. So let's see what we can do. I guess firstly, let's just see how they geared. So if we're running Nightmare consistently, we want to be between 171 and 189 speed. Ideally, you want to have a decent amount of defense on everybody, so pushing up 3.5k. We want to have the right sort of accuracy, good level of crit rate if you can get to that. I mean, this build here is really solid. A bit high on crit rate, probably would want to push that into crit damage. Good level of defense, everything about that is good. This is nice as well. So this build is pretty much there. There wouldn't be much I could do with that. So let's check out the Razin then. Razin, good speed, good defense, not bad crit rate. That's pretty solid as well. Speed boots here. I guess when we get to this sort of stage, it's about making choices. So let's just see if this guy had speed boots. No, he had defense boots. This is the type of build where you get to endgame. That's how his build is so good. He's got defense boots on, defense chest, which means he can go crit rate on the gloves. That's a fantastic build. I guess the next step from there would be, could you push that into a crit damage pair of gloves? But that's very high end. So we might be able to do something here with boots. Perhaps get a speed set if we've got some speed boots available. There's a lot of items here to go through, so we might get lucky and get some defense boots like these. Flip these here and see if we can't get enough speed out of them to give us that extra chunk of defense here, which means then this becomes crit. We start to flip the same sort of build that we've got on Ultan, so that is definitely a possibility. So those two will definitely be in. We do have other champions here that are great for clan boss as well. So we've got Tyrant, we've got Dutchess, we've just pulled a Valk, as I said. Valk could come in as a second counter attacker, which would be pretty cool. Having a Valk as well means you don't necessarily need everybody to be in the lifesteal gear because her shields can be massive. So Valk's something I'm going to build up. I'm just thinking, is there a natural cleanser here? Because Steel Scar at the moment is the cleanser, and he's not ideal. He's not bad, but he's not ideal. I don't know that we do have, which might just mean that Ultan gets a few stuns on him, which is not perfect. Because what I would do here is take Steel Skull out of the mix, leave a Cult Brawler as the main poisoner, and then whack Valk in as the 5th. I think that's what I'm going to do anyway. The one thing with Valk is she's not currently booked. So we do not have a book in her counter attack. Actually, I didn't realise you need a lot of books to get Valk working. She's got a few books gone there. That doesn't need books. Yeah, you need a lot of books to get to this cooldown, and that cooldown's really important for clan boss. I don't think there's much else here that I would potentially think to add in. Let's just see if there's anyone in the vault that would be good. Yeah, I guess there's good champions here. So we've got Mashalad's getting a buff soon. We've got ourselves probably no one else really. I mean, Turvold is amazing, but in the right setup. Yeah, there's no one else really there. So that's fine. So what we're going to do then, so we're going to just see if we can't just get this guy to a proper endgame build. He's nearly there anyway. Let's just have a quick check on the Skull Crusher build. 4.1, 173, good. Again, we'd like to push a bit more crit here when we get to this sort of level of accounts, which I think we can do. Valk's not really built at all yet. Oh, let's just check. No, it's not really built properly at all. Who else was I missing? 1, 2, 3. Oh, the 2 poisoners. So this could be where a team like this falls down. 3.1k is a bit low. Speed's good, everything else is fine. So we could do with a bit more defense. So this being rolled up would just help us. These sort of champs, actually, that's a really good set of boots there. Defense. So he's in pretty good gear. And then this guy is very low on defense. Look at that, 2.7. So that's your weak link. Your damage is only as good as your weakest link. So your main poisoner, your main damage threat is going to be the one that dies very early in this setup. So what we would need to do is just make sure that we pump as much defense into him as we can. Good one here. That's actually a really good shield. Fairly low level defense ring here, but with a roll. No defense on this. Yeah, so that is going to be the priority, is get a Cult Brawler up to the level we need. The other option that I see here actually is we've got ourselves a Frozen Banshee. I think is better than a Cult Brawler. Mainly because, see this, base defense 1000, base defense 826. Much harder to get a Cult Brawler up to the level of defense you need for Ultra Nightmare. Whereas Frozen Banshee has already got that kind of 140 lead. Imagine 140, and every time you put on a 50% set of defense gloves, a 50% set of defense boots, whatever it is, she's gaining another 500 a time. He's gaining another 400 a time. So that gap is just growing and growing and growing, and that is why she is so strong. So I think she's going to come in instead of a Cult Brawler, especially with this counter-attack team that we're going to have. With 2 counter-attacks in there, actually, she could come in and I could just make her run fast. I could make her fast to get those abilities off and still get the counter-attacks rolling. So I might just try that. Okay, well, I'm going to get to doing a gear cleanse. I guess anyone who's seen my videos before, you'll know what I do. I basically go through every piece of gear. I'm looking for the right type of items. Do we have HP percentage gloves, defense percentage gloves, crit rate, crit damage gloves? That's what should be here. Attack gloves, just not worth it. They're not going to give you anywhere near the damage of crit rate or crit damage gloves. So you must get rid of those. Any flat stat pieces like this. Shocking. Mark, that's a shocker. Can't believe you've left one in there. I know that he watches. Oh wow, what is going on? He watches my videos for sure. That's out of order. That's like baiting me in. Got a lot of attack boots here. Anyway, so I go through them all. I get rid of the items that are just not any good. In some of the big sets like accuracy, speed, lifesteal, you need a good selection. But in other sets like this, I would only keep top-notch gear. For this, probably I would just sell it. The chance of you wanting the destroy set is quite low. They're quite nice. That's a really nice piece. So yeah, so I'm going to go through, cleanse out some gear, and then we will get into re-gearing people. Right then, here we go. We've got a team ready to go now. Valkyrie has been built. We've got a Valkyrie with masteries done. So we're in War Master, and we've got a defensive setup for the other side. You can see here. We have got ourselves a high defense Valkyrie, 6.6k defense. It's huge. 171 speed, so she's going to stay nicely speed tuned. Only thing is, she doesn't have that cooldown on her counter attack, but we've got Skull Crusher in the team for that anyway. So she's going to do big old shields, which is beautiful. We have got ourselves a Skull Crusher then, who is on 172 speed, 100% crit, nearly 4k defense. Okay, HP, could do with a bit more. Could probably roll this up a bit more as well, actually, or throw a crit damage one on, but in good shape. So I've gone life still on the Skull Crusher. We've gone for crit rate on the gloves, defense, and speed. That's his build. And his masteries are similar to that Valkyries that we just saw. We've then got ourselves a Frozen Banshee Poisoner. Frozen Banshee also in the lifesteal gear. 174 speed, 3.8k defense, 30 odd k HP, good accuracy, so she's good to go. So she's got defense. Managed to get the 3 across the board there, which is how we got a defense up. Defense, accuracy. So good build for the Frozen Banshee. She should stay alive well into the game, as similar sort of levels to the other guys we've just shown. We've got our Ultan, also in lifesteal gear still. 4.2k defense, 173 speed, 100% crit rate, 131 crit damage, good accuracy. So he is good to go as well. He's going to push out some good damage for us. And then I've got Razin in just like this mixed up set. But we've pushed him to 90% crit rate, 178 crit damage. He's going to hit hard. 3.9k defense, 173 speed, 32k HP. So this is a bit of an experiment run. Let's see how we do. What I'm trying to do here is everybody's got a similar amount of defense. So we're trying to push as much damage as we can whilst we're alive, basically. That's the idea. We're going to go position 1 Ultan. He's going to take the slams. Then we've got Frozen Banshee. And then we've got ourselves a Razin and a Valk. This is a setup. What clan boss? Have I got onto the right clan boss? Oh. Ultra Nightmare. Going straight in for Ultra Nightmare on this one. Frozen Banshee seconds. Then our Razin. Then our Valk. Good to go. Okay. So what we do here then, in terms of getting those shields to the best place that we can, we're going to make sure we use the Ultans so firstly, we're slower than the clan boss. That was by design because we still want to be able to go on the Nightmare clan boss with this setup. So for now, we're just going to get our buffs up, get some damage going. We could actually activate Valk's. We may as well activate Valk's shield straight away because she's not speed tuned. We may as well just get the benefit of the additional counter attack here. She does not have the cooldown to make it just work at the right time all the time. So I might as well just get the damage started now, get the shields up, and get going with some work. See that? They're going on nicely. Trying to get our defense up here. Probably should have done defense up before I did the Valk shield actually, but that will come through for the rest of the fight anyway. And what we should see, I wasn't looking actually just saying, but we should see some pretty big hits coming on from our Razin. So what we've got here, 18 odd K, we've got no defense and weaken up yet. When that defense and weaken are up, Ultan and Razin should both be hitting pretty hard. Especially when we've got increased defense on from our Ultan as well. So here we go, sensitivity back up. So you see the way that just kind of flicks through nicely. Decrease attack back on. Got one more turn for that decreased defense and weaken to come back. We could at this point literally just hit auto. I just want to show you a couple of the big hits before I do that. We should be pretty good for poison as well. Any counter attack team with Frozen Banshee on it, she literally lays these poisons on for fun. What we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just going to wait for one poison to drop off before I lay that on. Again, I could do the shields. I'm just going to keep doing the shields whenever it's available, I think. Just so we don't take too much damage. Poison sensitivity back up. 4, 8. So here we go. Decrease defense and weaken. Only got the weaken on, which is a shame. I think I'm just going to hit the auto now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how we get on. So we were doing maximum 15 million, more like 11 to 15. So let's see if we can push ourselves up to a 4-key team. We weren't too far off it anyway. So I'm hoping that the introduction of Valk and the kind of improvement in things like crit rate, crit damage should just kind of push us up to that next level. I will let you know how we get on. Okay, so test 1, we came in 16.75. I'll show you the results in a sec. What I've realised is I can't really run my Razin in non-lifesteal gear. I don't have enough healing in the shields and stuff, so I've got Razin and Valk now switched into lifesteal. It means Razin's lost a lot of his crit rate, but he's got a lot more defense and he's got lifesteal gear and higher accuracy. So that was more important to me than trying to do bigger hits on him. Valkyrie, we've managed to keep up actually 6.6k defense, still at the 171 speed and in full lifesteal gear. So again, that should just enable me to be in better control of where the clan boss is going to hit. And during that run just then, the clan boss started to hit my Razin because he wasn't regenning his life, and then it started to hit the Valk. So that's not ideal at all. You see here we did our 16.75. Let's see if we can go a bit further up. I definitely want to be in 4-key. That was the challenge. I feel like we could probably push a bit further, much closer to a 3-key with this team. So let's see how this one goes. I'm not going to auto from the start. I need to get set up in my my style of what's name in the counterattacks. This time what I'm going to do is throw increased defense and shield up before the Valk shield goes on. Before the Valk counterattack goes up here. That way we get much bigger shields. See that? Much bigger shields. Got decreased defense and weaken on nice and early. So we're hitting for 20k a pop on the Razin, 40 odd k on the Ultan A1s. So that is pretty nice at that 30k crit. That's decent. We had loads of poisons going on. Poisons was not our problem the last run. It was people died earlier than they should have done. So it feels like this should be better. That's gone there. That's actually pretty good for us. Nice. So we're going to hit auto as soon as we get the counter attack off on Skull Crusher here. Now we're good to go. I'm going to let it run through, and again I'll let you see how we get on with results now that we've got everybody in lifesteal gear. Right, so we've come in just under 18 million. So that is basically a 4-key team. That's on auto. If Valkyrie was booked up to her 3-turn cooldown, actually that would be an easy 4-team key. Potentially better. But there is just a bit more work to be done. I think as well, there just needs to be a bit more concerted effort here. So if these defense levels were higher, we would be ramping up damage much better. If this crit damage level was higher, again, we'd be pushing up damage and HP would be lasting longer. So there's some easy wins in this account to be able to develop from a kind of 4-key team, Ultra Nightmare, up to a 3-key team, especially with the champions we've got. What we're going to do now is just play around with the arena team. Again, we're going to have a quick look at what we've already got in play. I mean, we've got ourselves a Mountain King, we've got ourselves a Tyrant, we have got Biggin, we've got Rotos, we've got Dutchess, Lord Shazami. So loads of good champions here. I think probably what I'm going to do is build up 1, 2, 3, 4. I think these 4 will be the arena team. And then we'll get ourselves into some battles, yeah. Right, okay, we are ready to fight some arena. What have I done then? So I've pushed up crit damage on the Mountain King, made him a little bit faster and a bit more HP. So we're now at crazy 87k HP. Put a bit more resistance onto him as well. Good crit rate, not 100 but good. 200% crit damage. He's going to be hitting like the king he is. We have got a Rotos then. I've not done a lot with Rotos, so we've got good attack, pretty low HP, but he's going to cut in anyway. Good crit rate, good crit damage, so he's going to be hurting people a lot. Tyrant, I've just pushed his defense right up, 4.5k. It's quite slow, but still good crit rate, good crit damage, good accuracy. And then we've got ourselves our Dutchess, who I've just made much faster. 3.4k defense, good HP, so she's good to go as well. Let's get into a couple of fights just to test them out. So we're in that kind of mid-level gold 4. All we're really looking for is a way to farm medals and get that Great Hall really moving for us. So this is a setup as it was. Not much difference. Just want to put in Tyrant to kind of go in line with the sort of team we've got. Apothecary doesn't really go in line with this team. If you want to go defense, then go defense. That's what we've got here. So let's refresh and get going. Let's just try and take a few of these boys down. So Apothecary out, Tyrant in. Biggin could also fit this team really well, but I figure we've already got a lot of offense. We just need somebody else to soak up damage for us. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we can do. So generally we're going to go second because our Duchess is not that quick, but this is a nice thing. So if she was faster, we could just throw this on, block debuffs, veil and all that type of stuff. So basically everyone's hidden. And they're not getting frozen and all that type of thing. Now let's just give ourselves a bit of a shield. So I think we're going to go in here. Put a little bit of damage out. Give myself a shield. Wait for our big boys to start having a go. Here we go. Here's the first cut-in. And normally I'd want to be taking out this skull crown, but she is a little bit inaccessible right now. I probably still would one-shot her actually, even with this big shield. But we have got shared damage coming over here as well because of this. Let's try it. Oh, yeah, didn't do enough. Didn't do enough. So let's try and steal some of the health off of this guy. he's down. I can pick him back up again. It's not the end of the world. Comes back up, a nice amount of health. Dragon King, not Dragon King, Mountain King then. Ignore shield and block damage. I think I'm just going to try and take out the Arbiter. Don't forget, everything's being soaked up by Krisk here. That's why we're not doing so much damage. Maybe I should just focus him first. I'm still going to try this one. Oh, so close. So close, right. Ally protection out there, increased defense out there. Just drop her. I know she's going to be picked back up again, but I just don't want her attacking me and doing big hits on me. Now we need to take Arbiter out so she doesn't res everyone. Nice hit. Down he goes. On comes all of our buffs. Now they're in trouble. Let's have some of his health. HP burns go out. So what you find with a team like this that I've built is it's just sturdy. It's very difficult to kill because you've got so many high damage targets. So when you're looking at this team and you're the offense, you look at this, you're like, well, I need to kill Mountain King. I need to take down Rotos. But then I also need to take down Dutchess because Dutchess is actually the champ that keeps this all running. I mean, maybe Tyrant's not the right partner. You could easily throw in the Valk. You could easily throw in the... I mean, actually, maybe we'll try Valk in this lineup. You could easily throw Valk in. You could easily throw in Ultan. As I say, you could play the Big Un, but Big Un's a bit riskier. That's probably it. If we look at other champs that are in the vault... No one. So you could go Shazam and just try and go early nukes. There's also a really good contender in here. So Turbo would be insane in this team as well. But you just got to balance your offense and defense. And I think Turbo would probably go too far the other way. So see here, we've gone first, which is perfect. So now they're in trouble. Straight away they're in trouble. We've got counter attack up on everyone. We've got shielding. We've got block debuffs, we've got attack buff. I don't want them to get counter attack up, so we're going to one-shot the Martyr. Down she goes. Just going to start chunking out some health here so that she doesn't strip our buffs. Down she goes as well. And then Mountain King's like, I want to play. Who should we go for? Let's go for the big boy. Down he goes, one-shot 98k. And at this point, it is plain sailing. So this is the team. This is the sort of team that can absolutely push up to top-end gold, low-end plat. The tricky thing nowadays is actually staying there because loads of people have got teams as good as this. But this team, I tell you what, this team is better than my team on paper. It just doesn't have as good a gear as I've got, but it's actually not far off. So, you know, this is a pretty insane set of champs we've got here. Again, same setup, hide everybody. Dutchess then becomes the target for everyone. Gives everyone else a chance to start to get their moves off. We don't want to be stunned up by this guy, so he can go in the bin. Down he goes. Seeker's next. Get a counter attacks up and do a bit of damage at the same time. Mountain King says, hold on a minute, I want to play. Let's take the tank down, one shot. Down he goes. And we are now home and dry. Literally just a skull crown to deal with. And she is not going to last long when Rotos has a go. So Rotos can take him out, gets another turn and says, down you go, 104k, and bam, we're through. So guys, that is the team. That's the takeover done. So we've got ourselves a 4-key Ultra Nightmare team. Not massive gains on where we were, but some gains. There's more to be done once this Great Hall is built up. But we've got an arena team which is absolutely kicking ass. I'm Hell Hades, signing out.